our scripture reading schedule. In the first reading, as you find that reading schedule in your bulletins, there you'll see that our schedule continues through the book of Numbers, and we have before us this week chapters 26 through 31. Israel has journeyed out of the wilderness. We're in the final section of the book of Numbers, and they are now making their way up along the east side of the promised land, past Edom, in conquests in relation to Moab, Ammon, Bashan. In chapter 26, we have the second census of the Israelites, that pattern which gives the book its name for us in our translation, Numbers. And remember that they had been numbered earlier in preparation for the conquest of the land, but they had refused to enter. Now the Lord is preparing the next generation to enter in conquest of the promised land, and he commands this second census. The chapter moves then through that census and closes with the reminder of that generational judgment, with only Caleb and Joshua of that previous generation being allowed to enter the land. Commands begin to be revealed for the distributing of the land, and chapter 27 begins with instructions of what to do if there were no male heir in a particular family. The chapter closes with instructions beginning the transition of authority from Moses to Joshua. And we're reminded of the failure of Moses in the wilderness, which led to his being withheld from entering the promised land. Chapters 28 and 29 give a complete and updated summary of the national ceremonial calendar with all the required sacrifices for each holy day and how they are to be observed by the people in their settled condition in the promised land. These were the public ordinances of worship, which were in addition to the sacrifices that might be brought for other reasons by individuals at other times. Chapter 30 deals with special cases in relation to vows, and it is important to note that even though vows were a solemn act of worship, binding in every way, they could not be used to overthrow God's established order in the home. And so instructions are given for dealing with the review of vows by superiors when those vows were made by inferiors. There is much here of practical use and worthy of meditation in considering the implications in many areas of life with regard to spiritual responsibility in the relations of superiors to inferiors and inferiors to superiors. A portion of the army goes up against Midian and, destroying them, in keeping with God's command, destroyed all the male children as well. In chapter 31, we find that recorded. The instructions in relation to the death of the Midianites is intended by God to end that nation. Only a portion of the women are spared and brought into Israel. The chapter includes instruction for the men of battle and the spoils of war, undergoing a cleansing ritual. You'll remember the symbolic and ordered ritual with the ashes of the heifer and the water of purification. The symbolism corresponds to dealing with the impurity and meaning of death. The remainder of the chapter deals with dividing the spoils and with a census to check for any men lost in battle, and none were lost. They gave an offering as required whenever a census was taken. This second census of chapter 26 is what I'll read in your hearing this morning. This has in view the entrance of the nation into their inheritance in the promised land. Establishing the size of each tribe was necessary not only in preparation for battle, but also for the proportionate distribution of the land. We should note some important features of this chapter and of the census recorded here. We see, first of all, Eleazar is now carrying on the work of Aaron, his father, alongside Moses at this point. Eleazar being now the high priest, and Aaron having died. So Eleazar is assisting Moses in the census. The order of the census is given to us, and that record is roughly according to the birth order of the sons of Jacob, sorted by their mothers, Jacob's wives and concubines, from whom these tribes descended, starting with Reuben, the firstborn. The major heads of houses in each tribe are mentioned, likely in part having to do with that proportionate distribution of the land. Note that the judgment that fell on the rebellion in chapter 16 of Numbers is mentioned here regarding the descendants of Dathan and Abiram. The sons of Korah are mentioned. They were a part of that rebellion, or Korah was, and remember that while Korah perished, his children did not, and we have mention of the sons of Korah, who were Levites. And they have their place even in the titles of many of the Psalms. Simeon's tribe is mentioned here, but note, he's dramatically depleted in numbers as compared to the first census. The explanation is likely found partly in the previous chapter, chapter 25, where the tribe of Simeon was central to the harlotry with Moab. That sin brought judgment by way of a plague, and in chapter 25 we're told that 24,000 died in that judgment. And since Simeon is particularly mentioned there, many commentators think it's likely that a huge portion of the tribe of Simeon perished in that judgment of plague. There is a continued diminution of the tribe of Simeon in the sacred record going forward. And as here, so elsewhere, when we see that diminishing of the tribe of Simeon, it is very likely coordinate with the prophecy of scattering that was given by Jacob over Levi and Simeon in chapter 49 of Genesis. Levi is scattered by way of the special calling of the priestly caste and the Levitical caste throughout all of Israel. They don't have a tribal allotment, but rather the Lord is their special allotment, and they're scattered throughout Israel. Simeon is also given a prophecy by Jacob of scattering, but his was a scattering of the opposite sort. Here we see the beginning of that. Joseph, as we go through this, notice he had a double portion. His sons, both being tribes along with the rest of his brothers, doubled the portion of Joseph. And recall that their birth order was reversed in Jacob's blessing. And so Ephraim, the secondborn, was usually listed before Manasseh, the firstborn, if I have that right. Here, however, that order is reversed, and Manasseh is listed first. Given what we've mentioned about the purpose of this census, see if you can hear what may be highlighted here when comparing these two tribes. Ephraim is usually mentioned first, but now Manasseh is mentioned first. And given part of the purpose of the census, see if you can discern from what you hear about the census as to why Manasseh may be mentioned first. Note also the mention of the significant failings of the leaders as we go through this census. That's brought up, that's given record in the numbering. And the chapter closes with mention of that great failing and judgment that is overarching here, that none of the previous generation survived, save Joshua and Caleb. The lessons were carried forward here in the sacred record, that they might be remembered and that the people should learn. As we've mentioned before, they appeared not to learn well as they carried forward not a mindfulness of the sins of their forefathers so that they would not so sin, but rather continued in those sins in many ways. We see a record of what we considered from Jeremiah 7. The Lord is patient. He's persevering. He keeps giving them all that they should see by way of instruction, messengers and the message to call them away from evil. And yet they continued. Oh, may we be otherwise. May we attend diligently to the sacred record. May we learn those lessons that God so lovingly and patiently gives to us. And as a result, may we increase in the walk of obedience, empowered by saving grace. With these things in mind, let's stand together, and I'll read in your hearing Numbers 26. Numbers 26, this is the holy, infallible, and inerrant word of Almighty God. May He grant that we have ears to hear, and may we attend well. Numbers 26, at verse 1. And it came to pass, after the plague, that the Lord spoke to Moses and Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, saying, Take a census of all the congregation of the children of Israel from 20 years old and above, by their fathers' houses, and all who are able to go to war in Israel. So Moses and Eleazar the priest spoke with them in the plains of Moab, by the Jordan, across from Jericho, saying, Take a census of the people from 20 years old and above, just as the Lord commanded Moses and the children of Israel, who came out of the land of Egypt. Reuben was the firstborn of Israel. The children of Reuben were of Hanok, the family of the Hanokites, of Palu, the family of the Paluites, of Hezron, the family of the Hezronites, of Carmi, the family of the Carmites. These are the families of the Reubenites. Those who were numbered of them were 43,730. And the son of Palu was Eliab. The sons of Eliab were Nemuel, Dathan, and Abiram. These are the Dathan and Abiram, representatives of the congregation who contended against Moses and Aaron in the company of Korah when they contended against the Lord. And the earth opened its mouth and swallowed them up together with Korah when that company died, when the fire devoured 250 men, and they became a sign. Nevertheless, the children of Korah did not die. The sons of Simeon, according to their families, were of Nemuel, the family of the Nemuelites, of Jamin, the family of the Jaminites, of Jachin, the family of the Jachinites, of Zerah, the family of the Zarhites, of Shaul, the family of the Shaulites. These are the families of the Simeonites, 22,200. The sons of Gad, according to their families, were of Zephon, the family of the Zephonites, of Hagi, the family of the Haggites, of Shuni, the family of the Shunites, of Ozni, the family of the Oznites, of Eri, the family of the Erites, of Arad, the family of the Aradites, of Areli, the family of the Aralites. These are the families of the sons of Gad, according to those who were numbered of them, 40,500. The sons of Judah were and Onan, and and Onan died in the land of Canaan. And the sons of Judah, according to their families, were of Shelah, the family of the Shelonites, of Perez, the family of the Parzites, of Zerah, the family of the Zarhites. And the sons of Perez were of Hezron, the family of the Hezronites, of Hamul, the family of the Hamulites. These are the families of Judah, according to those who were numbered of them, 76,500. The sons of Issachar, according to their families, were of Tola, the family of the Tolaites, of Puah, the family of the Punites, of Yashub, the family of the Yashubites, of Shimron, the family of the Shimronites. These are the families of Issachar, according to those who were numbered of them, 64,300. The sons of Zebulun, according to their families, were of Sered, the family of the Sardites, of Elon, the family of the Elonites, of Jaleel, the family of the Jaleelites. These are the families of the Zebulunites, according to those who were numbered of them, 60,500. The sons of Joseph, according to their families, by Manasseh and Ephraim were the sons of Manasseh, of Machir, the family of the Machirites, and Machir begot Gilead, of Gilead, the family of the Gileadites. These are the sons of Gilead, of Jeezer, the family of the Jeezerites, of Helek, the family of the Helekites, of Azrael, the family of the Azraelites, of Shechem, the family of the Shechemites, of Shemida, the family of the Shemidaites, of Hepher, the family of the Hepherites. Now Zelophehad, the son of Hepher, had no sons, but daughters. And the names of the daughters of Zelophehad were Mala, Noah, Hoglah, Milcah, and Tirzah. These are the families of Manasseh, and those who were numbered of them were 52,700. These are the sons of Ephraim, according to their families. Of Shuthelah, the family of the Shuthelahites, of Becher, the family of the Bachrites, of Tahan, the family of the Tahanites, and these are the sons of Shuthelah, of Aaron, the family of the Aaronites. These are the families of the sons of Ephraim, according to those who were numbered of them, 32,500. These are the sons of Joseph, according to their families. The sons of Benjamin, according to their families, were of Bela, the family of the Belaites, of Ashbel, the family of the Ashbelites, of Ahiram, the family of the Hiramites, of Shupham, the family of the Shuphamites, of Hupham, the family of the Huphamites. And the sons of Bela were Ard and Naaman, of Ard, the family of the Ardites, of Naaman, the family of the Naamites. These are the sons of Benjamin, according to their families, and those who were numbered of them were 45,600. These are the sons of Dan, according to their families, of Shuham, the family of the Shuhamites. These are the families of Dan, according to their families. All the families of the Shuhamites, according to those who were numbered of them, were 64,400. The sons of Asher, according to their families, were of Jimnah, the family of the Jimnites, of Jesui, the family of the Jesuites, of Beriah, the family of the Berites, of the sons of Beriah, of Heber, the family of the Heberites, of Malchiel, the family of the Malchielites. And the name of the daughter of Asher was Sarah. These are the families of the sons of Asher, according to those who were numbered of them, 53,400. The sons of Naphtali, according to their families, were of Jahaziel, the family of the Jahazielites; of Guni, the family of the Gunites; of Jezer, the family of the Jezerites; of Shillem, the family of the Shillemites. These are the families of Naphtali, according to their families, and those who were numbered of them were 45,400. These are those who were numbered of the children of Israel, 601,730. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "To these the land shall be divided as an inheritance, according to the number of names. To a large tribe you shall give a larger inheritance, and to a small tribe you shall give a smaller inheritance. Each shall be given its inheritance according to those who were numbered of them. But the land shall be divided by lot. They shall inherit according to the names of the tribes of their fathers. According to the lot, their inheritance shall be divided between the larger and the smaller. And these are those who were numbered of the Levites according to their families. Of Gershon, the family of the Gershonites. Of Kohath, the family of the Kohathites. Of Merari, the family of the Merarites. These are the families of the Levites, the family of the Libnites, the family of the Hebronites, the family of the Malites, the family of the Mushites, and the family of the Korathites. And Kohath begot Amram. The name of Amram's wife was Jochebed, the daughter of Levi, who was born to Levi in Egypt, and to Amram she bore Aaron and Moses, and their sister Miriam. To Aaron were born Nadab and Abihu, Eleazar and Ithamar. And Nadab and Abihu died when they offered profane fire before the Lord. Now those who were numbered of them were 23,000, every male from a month old and above, for they were not numbered among the other children of Israel, because there was no inheritance given to them among the children of Israel. These are those who were numbered by Moses and Eleazar the priest, who numbered the children of Israel in the plains of Moab by the Jordan across from Jericho. But among these there was not a man of those who were numbered by Moses and Aaron, the priest, when they numbered the children of Israel in the wilderness of Sinai. For the Lord had said to them, "They shall surely die in the wilderness." So there was not left a man of them except Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, and Joshua, the son of Nun. Thus ends the reading of God's holy word. You may be seated.